Hello, everybody. This is Elijah Keating from WisdomSeekers.net, and the emphasis on .net. And we're here today for a live interactive, which means one question per, and super chats enabled. What else?
No spamming your questions.
Please don't spam any questions because we take them one by one. We don't pick and choose. We just go through them. If I can't answer, I'll just say, "Hey, can't answer." And is there anything else I need? No, that's it. Hi, everybody. So I see we already have a few people.
Mm-hmm. Manny Drea starts us off with, "Hello, I would like to know why exactly my ex-Gemini named Jay has been thinking so hard about me for the past few months."
Well, let's find out. So he's been thinking about you for a couple of months, but he hasn't done anything. I think he's very actually. I think he finds you very intriguing and would not mind trying again. I don't promise you that he will, but it has been on his mind that he actually enjoyed being with you, and you made his life interesting. So it might be worthwhile to gently reach out and see how he behaves. Because I suspect what's happening right now is, well, it probably was a messy breakup, because all breakups are messy, right? And he might be embarrassed, but I think he actually enjoyed being with you when you were together. So it might be worthwhile, if you're interested, only if you're interested, in reaching out to him and giving it a potential. I'm not promising anything, but just see if there's a potential there. Okay?
And Kylie Brown asks, "You told me that you see 4 relationships for me before I find the one."
Well, that's a potential. That's not written in stone, right? Nothing is written in stone. The next one could be the one, but anyhow.
Is a guy by the name of E part of one of those relationships?
He very well could be, actually. It feels very. It feels like he's actually quite interested in you, and so I would stay open to it. Let me check and see what he says. I mean, that was what I got without going in and checking. But he appears to be very interested in getting to know you. That doesn't mean he's going to make a commitment and anything, but he does find you intriguing, and which is always a plus, right? So remember to keep a little bit of mystery, because without the mystery, the magic is gone. And be very open to talking to him. You could, I say proverbial hanky. You could drop a proverbial hanky and see what happens. Okay. And nowadays, I think a hanky would be, depending on whether he's a geek or he's good with cars, is something where you need a little bit of help that you may be very capable of doing yourself, but he doesn't know that, right? So, yeah.
Kim R. asks, "I'm currently taking a class called Law, Arrest, Search, and Seizure. Do you see me passing the class?"
I do, but there seems to be a qualifier there. Maybe you need to do a little bit extra do a little bit extra studying, or maybe go to the teacher and ask if you can do something to bring your mark up. But the high potential is, yes, you're going to pass this class. And if you're like my daughter, and you figure that if it's not a minimum of the 80 plus point, 80 plus, you're failing. Do remember that C's still get degrees. All right. So just don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself, and you're at the place where you're going to do the ending, right? Where you're going to do the finals. Well, just make sure you study a little bit extra for this one. Don't give up, is what I'm saying. Because at this stage, it'd be very easy for you to give up. Don't give up, because C's get degrees. And you probably know more than you realize you know. All right.
Debbie says hello.
Hi,
Elisha
Debbie.
And L. Kim R says, finally connected. Thank you, Spirit. Gabby McMaster says, hi, ladies.
Hi, Gabby.
Kim R says, it's nice seeing you, Elisha and L.
Oh, and I guess I should say, yesterday I didn't get much sleep. I had like 3 hours sleep. And Elizabeth wanted to do her video at 6:00. And I thought, well, I can't really answer very well with just 3 hours of sleep. So that's why we're doing it today. I had plenty of sleep last night.
Jenny Jones says, hey.
Hey, Jenny.
Elantra Cook says, hey, how is Marquise feeling about me currently?
Okay, Marquise. I think instead of asking what he's feeling, I'm going to suggest you go out and do something about it. Okay? Because he says to me, now she keeps asking the same question. And so instead of asking the question, go out and make a move. And I think in this case, you don't want the proverbial hanky job. This case, you want to actually make a move on this guy because he's obtuse. And I don't mean that in a negative way. He's just very typical. Men don't realize what's in front of them until it's too late kind of guy. Go out and do something. Go out and
ask him out.
Yeah, ask him out. Find out. Well, you've been studying him for quite a while. What kind of movies does he like? Because I'm pretty darn certain he doesn't want to go to Frozen. But there must be a movie out there that he would love to go to.
Like the new Jamie Curtis movie, Knives Out, with Captain America.
Yeah, something like that. So go in and say, hey, I've got tickets. Do you want to come? Which means you have to probably put out for the tickets and the popcorn.
No, depending on the type of guy he is, he might offer to pay for the popcorn because she already paid for the tickets.
And that's very possible. I don't, But it's time to make a move.
Girl power and all that jazz.
Yeah. and all that jazz. So talking too much, not paying attention enough.
SJ says, "Hi, Elisha. It's Annabelle."
Hi, Annabelle.
Debbie asks, "Does Colette's higher self have any messages for me?"
Colette's higher self.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Um, I don't think you're going to like what she has to say, honestly. But she kind of suggests that you don't wait for her. That there's too much going on in her mind, in her life, that she's not going to be ready for a long time, and that you should be enjoying your life rather than waiting. Okay, and I know that's not what you would like to hear, but by the time Colette is ready to be in a relationship, you might be out of a relationship, have gone through this, and be out of a relationship again. So it might be worth your while to go and just live your life at the moment. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Just go and live your life. All right. I'm sorry that I wish it was a better news, but really live your life.
Mariana asks, "What path will I take in my career this month?"
What path this month?
Mm-hmm.
So right-hand path. That's what they showed me, was a right-hand path. That may mean something to you. I don't know, but let me ask a bit more. It does seem that you're going to take a path where it's a little bit more studying, a little bit. It's actually the slightly harder path. At least from this position, it looks slightly harder. But it's the one that will give you the most what do you call it? Ultimately, it will give you more than taking the easy path. And having lived quite a fair number of years, and having looked back on my life, when I have had an opportunity to take the harder, but I took the easier, I always regretted it. So take the path least traveled, and it will give you more. It will give you much more than it will give you much more than what the easy path would take. And I suspect you know what the easy path is and which the hard path is. All right, so good luck on that. And if you're afraid of the studying or the not learning, you've got that. You're capable. You have no problem with it. Don't stop because you think you can't do it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying that you won't curse me occasionally, or if you follow my advice, or you won't pull your hair out. But I also know you can do it, And I also know you will do it. Okay?
You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Gabby McMaster asks, wondering if you can tell me who my guides are.
Who are your guides? I can give you one guide. And somebody steps forward and she says, and it's a grandmother energy, but it's not necessarily your grandmother. It might be your great grandmother, and whoever she is, her energy's already has long since gone back to being a younger version of herself. She says she's the one that gives you your love of and I think it's storytelling, not storytelling, story reading and fantasy and things like that, because she showed me a picture of Little Red Riding Hood. And she says, "Don't you dare call me Grandma." And she wants to be called anything, she says, except Grandma. Because she says, she says, "I wasn't a great grandma, but I do enjoy being I do enjoy working with you, and what's the word? She enjoys working with you, and she enjoys seeing you grow, and she's very proud of you." And I don't hear her name clearly, but I think it's something like Elizabeth or Eliza. It's one of those names. So she's a bit of a homebody. So when you feel like cooking or baking, it's her that's there for you. I think you like her. I mean, she's very comfortable and smart and entertaining, and she gives great advice. Okay, I hope you know who that is, and I hope you know what her name is, because I don't hear her name well. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
SJ asks, what does my career path look like?
It actually looks pretty decent, I don't see any it seems straight ahead. It seems very like there won't be a lot of hindrances in there, and I think the things that you have been worrying about are not they're not going to sideline you at all, and you're going to actually, I get a sense of happiness or pleasure from you, and I get and I don't know how far in the future this is, but I get a sense of mirth that things are actually going your way much better than you had expected, and probably a little sooner than you thought was going to happen. So keep your chin up, see what happens. I think you might have a good Christmas. I think your Christmas is going to be good, and I bet you get a bonus this year, a really good bonus. Okay?
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Positive for Life asks, hi, I'm trying to keep my energy clear. Can my guides explain to me if I have to wait until summer instead of spring to do my program? What's the reason? Maybe health related? Fingers crossed for spring. Thank you.
Positive for Life. And your guides seem to think that the springtime is very valuable, that there is no problem with that, actually. Um, and they kind of shake their head at summertime. It's like what is bothering you now is going to clear up, and it'll probably clear up faster than you anticipate. Or any of your ideas of what should be or shouldn't be happening will clear up. I think honestly, I think your summertime is not when you be going to school. I do think it will be spring. And as I said, anything that's bothering you should be starting to clear up. I think you'll find that any health related issues are pretty well cleared up by not January, but by February. Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
Lily Guild asks, how is Hendrix feeling for me at the moment?
Every time I hear Lily Guild, I think of Wizard of Oz. Hendrix. So he's another one that's been asked about for a while. His and this is very rude, but his head is coming out of an unmentionable spot, and he's starting to wake up and starting to become a little more aware. He's another one I would give a hanky drop to. Just figure out what he wants and just go ahead and do it. If he's really good at something, then get him to help you with that something. And if it doesn't matter if you can do it and you're really good at it yourself, if he can feel appreciated. Men like to be appreciated. Women like to be appreciated. So just find a reason to appreciate him, and at the same time, don't talk his ear off, but have a nice conversation. Okay? Because the nice conversation is that's what's going to attract him to you. That's what's going to make him stop and go, yeah, I really want to spend time with this lady. But you're already on his radar. Okay?
Next.
Yeah.
Mellow Yellow says, hi, Elisha and Elle. Hello.
Hi.
Kim R says, thank you so much, Elisha. Igul Fritsky. Sorry, I butchered that again. Asks, hi, do you have a message for my marriage from my angels? Thank you.
if you could put phonetic pronunciation some in there, it might help.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
So you want to know, okay. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you
that's
off.
okay.
So you're in a difficult situation, and I think you've chosen a difficult person to be in a relationship with. That is never going to change. That's who he is. I think in your situation, you're going to have to accept this is what is if you want to stay in that relationship, and that's what he is, and that's not going to change. I think it's doable. I think it's something that can be worked through. You're just going to have to accept. You're just going to have to accept the way it is, though. That's the part. That's the part that's really difficult, right? If you make certain concessions to the person, to that personality, and the honestly, it is a tough personality. But if you make certain concessions, there might be a gentling of the energy. I think underneath it all, I don't think that person is horrible. He just doesn't know how to deal with a lot of situations. But I can see him becoming nicer. I can actually see him becoming much nicer towards you. If you, I think, get to the place where you understand where he's coming from. And honestly, the roughness is not going to change. It's always going to be part of. It's always going to be part of what happens with you, right? And that makes it a little bit. Makes it a little bit hard, honestly. I'd like to go into that in greater depth, but there's too much energy around it for one answer, one quick answer. So good luck with that. I do think you can. I do honestly think you can, if you want to, come out on the winning side of this. Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
Ashley S asks, "Hi, ladies. How is Joe feeling about me?"
Joe. is quite interesting. I think he's feeling a tad embarrassed. Does that make sense? But like he messed up rather than you messed up, and he's thinking that that maybe he's messed up so much that he hasn't got a hope. But good luck with that. I think now is the time now is the time for you to go in there and if you like the guy, go in there and strike while the iron is hot, or let him go. Okay.
Lakeisha W asks, "Hi Eliz-sha, have I met the guy that I will have a family with?"
This is not what you want to hear. I'm sorry. But not yet. It's coming. It's coming soon, but not yet. And it was very strong. Not yet. It wasn't maybe. It was not yet. So the guy might be wonderful and everything, but just know that who's coming is going to be even better for you, more positive, more all the things you like in this guy. The other guy is going to have it plus more, okay? And you're going to feel very safe in his arms and like you're come home. I wish I could have said yes, because this guy's not horrible at all. He's a kind of nice guy. Be patient. Okay.
Crane Domain asks, "Hello, hope you guys are well. Any messages from my guides regarding my future?"
They just basically are saying keep on going because you're going in the right direction, and keep on doing what you're doing. They do suggest that it's very important that you look twice before you make a decision. That hasty decisions are not where you want to go. What else? And I think they sort of make a joke. They seem to a joke saying that that you do have a tendency to be a little bit impatient, but it's nothing really that's going to take you out of your comfort. It's nothing that's going to hold you back, but basically they're quite pleased with you. They like what you're doing, and they will, and it's just go forward. You're at a steady pace, basically. I hope that's what you wanted to hear.
Jenny Jones asks, "Does my higher self have a message for me?"
Oh, higher self. They're very pleased with you. I think you've been trying very hard to do what you deem to be the right thing, and they seem to think that it's really good. They seem to think, I think you're one of the ones that I suggested that you play more, and and they're and they like that aspect to come out. They like the and don't stop playing. Basically, is what they're suggesting. But it does appear that they're very pleased with the energy that you're. Okay, the words they use are investigating. So what you're looking at, they like that you're looking at it. They're not telling you to follow it or anything. They're just saying, I think it's just the fact that you are investigating it and checking into things is a big is a big positive for them, that you're it seems that it's something that you haven't done before. Well, not as well as you're doing it now, let's put it that way. So you are growing, and they like what you're growing. They like how you're growing, and they like that. I think it's basically taking responsibility for your own actions. They're very pleased about that. So that was long and garbled.
Aaron Liu with a $5 super chat asks, "Hi Elisha, what kind of person is Matt? Are we compatible?" Go to Elizabeth for a compatibility reading.
Yeah, I would highly recommend that. She's amazing, and it's really, really good. I got a simple yes, but let me look and see. Matt seems to think that you're compatible too. And if you were willing to pursue a relationship with him, I see him really happy. And I guess he follows you on Facebook because he says, and I really want to go to some of those restaurants. But right off the bat, I recommend go to Elizabeth on wisdomseekers.net and get a compatibility reading. Literally, like they're $20 or $30.
I think they're like $20. They're not very expensive.
They're 20 or 30 American, but they are. She's amazing, amazingly good, and I actually got a couple for my daughter, who just got a divorce in January and is on the market again. And really, she hit the nail right on the head every time. So I highly recommend it. And Matt feels good to me. I mean, he makes my heart light and joyful. And he likes everything about you. Well, everything about you that he knows. So I take the next step, yes.
Also, for others who are curious, the compatibility readings aren't just for sexual partner relationship, significant other, lifetime partners. There are my friends and I compatible, or is my relationship, general relationship.
How can I improve my relationship with my mother?
How can I improve my working relationship with my boss or coworkers, etc., etc.
And it tells you how to. It is actually for relationships, but it works for everything. And like I say, I've got them for my daughter. Amazingly accurate. and very, very, very. Well, Elizabeth's always positive. She says she's a grumpy old woman, but really, she's one of the softest souls I know.
Next.
Yeah.
B. Erla asks, hi, Alicia and Elle. May I know how Jeff is thinking, feeling about me at the moment? I'm rather confused on how I should handle him and this connection at the moment. Thank you so very much.
Okay, Jeff. Okay. First of all, step back. Don't talk to him because there's something happening in his life, and you are over causing him to be just a bit overwhelmed. Has nothing to do with you, what's happening in his life, but that's not stopping him from being a bit cranky about it, about you and him. uh, just because it's just more than he can handle. So step back, let him come to you, and he will. And go out with your girlfriends. Go out and have fun. Make sure you have fun. And if you have to put on the dog just a little bit, put on the dog just a little bit so that it's reported back to him that you're not sitting back on your going, what, that you're out and you don't care. Because, well, that will make him want to find out why you don't care. So, but more importantly, live life. Always live life. All right. And it's very, very important that you do live your life. What else? But right now, it's just be patient. You know, I watched my father. I'm married. I've been in a few relationships. Often something's going on in their life. They don't tell you about it, and then they say, "Well, I was having a rough time. Didn't you notice?" Well, unless you talk to me, I did not notice. So just take this as he's going through a rough time. You're just more than he can deal with at the moment. Go out and have fun with your pals. And with your pals happen to have guys in them that then more that all the better. Even with those guys are your best brother friend. Doesn't matter. Guy does never see that. Just just enjoy, but don't do anything on purpose to make him jealous. It has to be organic. It has to happen naturally. And that way you have every right to go, "Oh, really? That's just George. He's my brother." You know, so you want to be able to walk away from this having done everything properly and still be on top of everything, okay? I hope that works. Just back away from him for a short while. I suspect by, I don't know, 2 3 days, he might be coming back towards you. Okay, good luck.
Jennifer Schwab asks, hi, ladies. Hello, ladies. Will court go well for tomorrow for my dad? The prosecutor has decided not to work with his attorney, so it will be up to the judge's decision.
Oh,
He's never faced a legal issue. He's stressed out.
yes. So I think he decided not to work with the a prosecutor?
The prosecutor doesn't want to work with,
Because
his.
because I think it's because he's just got too much on his plate. And The judge is going to be a little bit annoyed that it got that far. And I don't think he's going to take it out on your father per se. I think he's going to probably be just a tad cranky that went this far. More than anything, I don't think your father will get more than a slap on the wrists for anything that happened. It doesn't appear that it's a huge thing. It's more like it's more like a slap on the wrist than anything else. I really wish I wish I could tell you more. And Jennifer, you do know how to reach me if you want to know more. I don't feel that there's a great deal, though. I don't feel there's a great deal there that yeah. So like I say, it'll be I think it's just a slap on the wrist. If anything. Because yeah. Anyhow, I'm just going over and over the same thing. Before you go, Jennifer, is that what you were looking for your daughter?
Debbie says thank you. Moonfeather asks, hi ladies, I hope you are well. Having a rough day. Wondering if my mom and sister are after my inheritance, please and thank you.
So this is not something I'd prefer not to talk about on
live.
But the short answer is yes. And I'm if you give me permission, I'll do a clearing for you. And that might help a little bit. But the short answer for your mother and sister are they're greedy.
I will keep an eye out for when she replies. Fuzzy Kiwi asks, hello ladies, I would like to know if during my last meditation my guides were communicating the letter T to me. I realize that sounds silly.
No, nothing sounds silly when it comes to guides. You'd be amazed what these guys come up with. The letter T in your future is going to be big. And so, yes, the answer is yes. They were meditating. While you were meditating, they were giving you the letter T. Plus, your guides, like most guides, are really funny. And they think it's hilarious to give you, well, A, practice, and B, really hard to understand what's going on, energy. Right? So good luck. But yes, they were. And I like that kind of question, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun question.
Yeah.
Tay asks, hello, do my spirit guides have any messages for me?
And your spirit guides also are very hilarious. So have you ever done any drumming, Tay? If you have, then get back into it. If you haven't, get yourself a drum. Because they just showed me. Yeah, like I said, they're funny.
Do you mean like bongo drums or like a legitimate drum set? Because
not the big, but the bongos or the African drums, because that's what they were showing me. And there's those, yeah, showing me drums. Have fun with that. Actually, drums are great energy.
They are,
and I'm sure you can find close to you, they're probably a drumming circle or something like that. You can start out with simple bongo drums because or you can go and get drums from a specialty store that has African drums, and the kind you put between your leg and you see in videos and stuff.
You could also, like street artists, they will use old plastic buckets and drum on that.
Anything. You could even get those new metal ones. I don't know what they're called, where they make these soft sounds.
They're kind of like the tinny.
They're not tinny, but
No,
it's
but
a
like
bit Jamaican. They cost like $90. They're not, at least the ones I've seen. I'd get them just because they're really beautiful. But drums, some kind of drumming. As I said, your guides are hilarious. And I think I told you once before, music, right? I'm pretty certain it was you that I said get some kind of music. You've got the rhythm in your soul, use it.
Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been.
Maria Herrera asks, "Hi, do the guides see if money is coming my way?"
I seem to think so, but it also appears to be dribbling in rather than a large amount. So it appears that yes, money is coming, but it's not. It's either not steady or it's just a little bit at a time. It does appear that it will be there at a goodly time. Well, when you need it, basically. Okay.
Noir64 asks, "What do you see Jalen thinking about me?"
Noir, that's a new name, right?
I think so, but the name Jalen seems familiar.
Oh, okay, so it might just changed.
Yeah. So, do you see? Is Jalen thinking about me? Thanks in advance.
She's asking if he's thinking about her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not as much as you'd like him to, but it's sort of like every once in a while he'll go, yeah, and he'll the idea will pop into his mind that about you, but it's not like he's really it's not like it's a very strong draw. It might simply be that he's one of these people that when he's with you, and when he's not with you, you don't come to mind. But he does think about you, but not as often as you'd like, or you think he would. Okay, sorry about that.
Nicola and Chanel says, "Hi from Nikki."
Oh, hi, Nikki.
Joy, Peace, and Love C asks, "Hi, thank you so much for all you do."
Thank you.
Gabby McMaster says, "Thank you, love you guys." Joy, Peace, and Love asks, "Is there any messages from my guys regarding love and money?"
So the first thing they jumped to was money. And that seems to be, there's a positive energy about that right now. Something positive's coming your way with regards to money. And having said that, Nikki, she does on my site, she does biofield energy, and she also works with the money, and releasing the money code so that money comes more easy to us. I would highly recommend you go back to the Wisdom Seekers and look up for the last month, 2 months, And listen to Nikki's biofield meditations. They're really good. And the last one was so powerful I couldn't breathe. So if you're wanting more money, I highly recommend you go listen to Nikki, and she's going to be on this Wednesday at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So money, she's really a powerful lady. I would highly recommend her. Well, I do highly recommend her. I wouldn't say I would. I do. But there does seem to be a little bit of money coming your way. It's not huge amount, but it's enough to make you go, thank God. Okay.
SJ says, thank you so much, Elisha. I appreciate it. Nicola and Chanel asks, curious, what do you see about my friend Sherry? She's diabetic and in early stages of heart failure. Do you see her path being short, or does she have a long life ahead of her still?
Oh, I think she hasn't made up her mind yet, Nikki. I do believe that she has a choice to make. And with people like you on her side, she could live a very, very long time. But she's also extremely tired and not not sure it's worth her while. And the only thing, like I say, she's not yet come to that crossroads, but it's coming soon, really soon. The only thing you can do for her at this point is to let her know the options. But as I said, she's really tired. Okay.
Champagne C asks, hey, Elisha and Elle, I have a question. Do you see my mom getting her money soon from my grandpa's death settlement? Thank you.
Actually, yes, it came out easy, quick as a yes. So that would be nice for her. And it might, I'm not making any promises, but it might actually come before Christmas. But I do see the look on your mom's face of relief. Okay.
Next.
Mm-hmm.
Positive for Life says, you ease my mind because one of the head people from the college was mentioning to start in the summer. I prefer spring. I will keep you updated. Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to know.
Baby Maharaj says, hello, everyone.
What's her name?
Baby Maharaj.
Baby?
Yeah.
Okay. I was never sure if I was hearing that quite right.
Ashley S says, thank you. Emily Aquine asks, hello, Elisha. I sent my ex a message today. How does he feel about it?
He's not angry, but he's grumbly. I know that sounds like he's either angry or he's not, but he's a little bit grumbly. And I have no definition of that word in any language, but it's like he's sitting there and he's sort of going grumble, 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 grumble. You know, it's not like what you asked for, or the message you sent was really out of bounds, but at the same time he doesn't want to have to deal, but at the same time he feels maybe a little bit obligated. Okay, good luck with that. And it's quite funny watching it's a guy grumbling under his breath, so to speak. Okay.
Baby Maharaj asks, I'm just inquiring about job applications, if I will get to work before Christmas or in January of 2020.
It feels like you're going to get a job before Christmas. It may not be a long-term job, but you're definitely going to get a job by the middle of next month. And I shouldn't say ever, definitely. But I do feel you might get a short-term job between now and in January, but I see you very happy in January. Like, yes, this is what I wanted. And obviously the first one is just a tide you over kind of job.
Next,
Mm-hmm.
Belinda Granberg says hello.
Hi.
Emily Aquine says, I wish Tim nothing but the best and sent him peace and blessings.
Okay, that would explain why he was grumbling.
Lakeisha W says thank you. Belinda Granberg asks any messages from my guides, angels, or ancestors. Also blessings.
Okay. Jen, did you need to go outside?
How long are you gonna be?
A bit longer.
A little bit longer, but I think you can go in and out. Just don't let the dogs know. Okay. I'm just gonna give her a little privacy. I think I'm starting to wear down.
Okay.
Just let me get this one though. I'm having a really hard time reaching out and picking it up. Again, basically, they're passing on this pretty standard message. They're pleased with you. You're doing well. Keep on. Don't give up. There's something that you're thinking that maybe you shouldn't bother with, and they're suggesting that you keep on working on that particular area. And they see you. They think they're pretty certain that something that you've been working on is going to come out in fruition for you positively. Okay, that there's something you've been working on is going to be a positive energy for you. Okay.
So are you?
Oh, we'll keep on for a little bit more, but I am winding down. My energy is getting a
We
little.
are at 63 minutes. So.
Yeah. So an hour is about my my standard right now.
So we'll try for a couple more questions.
Yeah, a couple more.
Yasmin Fox asks, "What are my angels' messages regarding family issues / financial stability?"
So they gave me an image of a dry sand. You guys stay in the house, okay? Of a dry sand like it's parched and not inviting. And the family issues are not in a rush to go away. They would be. It's going to take a little while. And a lot of the problems has to do with the money situation. A lot of that will clean up when the money situation clears up. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen before till the 2020. There's some things will shift and change. Probably the end of January, February, things will shift and change a lot better. They seem to think, though, that you can and you will be able to muddle through, stay, keep your head above water, basically. That's okay. You will be able to make things stretch and work until the energy shifts. Okay. Good luck.
Jenny Jones says, thank you so much. Elle, I love your laugh.
And she's funny, isn't she? She's got a maniacal laugh sometimes
really
too.
do.
That's really
I've scared a few people with my evil laugh. I love it.
yeah.
Lori Dustin says, hello, sending love and light to you and yours.
Hey, Lori.
The supervisor that was shallow, he got let go last night. I feel empowered. I was told that people were proud of me. I stood up for myself.
Yep.
She also asks, will I have a new love in my life?
2020. That's all I got was 2020. But it seems like a positive yes. The more you empower yourself, the more you're powerful, the more you're going to attract these people to you.
Next one.
And it could be that it happens before. It could be for Christmas or New Year's. But I think they're talking about conversational. Yes, we're going to do this. 2020.
Next.
Yeah, sorry.
Naya asks, hello, what do people in my office say about me?
Seems to be a little bit of jealousy there. But it seems to be not coming from everybody, just from one source. And those that are maybe close to that source. It's not a... It's not something I'd worry about, because the majority of the energy is basically not negative at all. It's more like she does her job. She's fine in my books. And they don't want to be in, they don't really, they might listen to the person, but they don't really want to be involved in that. They recognize it as backbiting. And there's only one or two that really feel that, or really follow that energy. I wouldn't own it, because the majority of people feel that you do your job, and they're fine with you. Okay, good luck.
B. Erla says, thank you so much for that advice, Eliz-sha. Lots of love to both of you ladies. Air hugs.
What do I want it for? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Earth Tiger says hello. Moon Feather says, yes, please. I would be so grateful for a clearing.
Okay, I'll get Elle to remind me later on, because I have a memory like a
Siv.
Yeah, basically. I'm a basic sieve when it comes to memory.
Jennifer Schwab says, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We are all stressed because you can get mandatory 2 days to a year in jail if they wanted to teach him a lesson. We are staying positive but still stressed. Fair enough.
Yep.
That's a fair reason to be stressed.
And that's another person we should do a clearing for tonight.
Yep.
So that will clear the energy, so it's not likely to happen, likely to happen.
Earth Tiger asks, what does Mrs. M think about me?
Mrs. M. She hasn't made up her mind. She tentatively likes you, but is not going to make any promises until she's sure that that everything's going to work out in a positive way. She's holding herself back, basically, emotionally, until things are until things are she knows more, and she wants to know how things are going to work out. All right, it's not negative, it's not horrible, it's just, I suspect she could be a very formidable foe, though, if it comes down to it. Good luck.
Fuzzy Kiwi says thank you. Lori Dawson says, I just love my vibe tribe. We have great energy. Malapale says, hi, Alicia and Elle. Anna Lou Fernandez says, hello, ladies.
Hi, Anna Lou. Anna Lou is one of my people who works. One of our, well, she does theta healing. She's also on Wednesdays, but alternate Wednesdays, and will be the week after. She also is very powerful. I highly recommend both of them.
Malapala asks, does Gemini miss me?
So this is one of my words, but this is what I got. Indubitably. And I got that from cartoon way back in the 40s, not 40s, but in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, he does.
Doesn't the rooster guy, I forget his name.
They all do.
Well, I blah 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 bye. Well, the southern.
Yeah, but they all say it at one time or another.
Yeah, but he says it most.
Yeah. So I believe so.
Are you ready for the next one?
Just about. We should wind it up soon, though. How many more are there?
Quite a bit, but there's also, it's mixed between a question and thank you so much for your answer. Gabby McMaster says, I agree, Lori. Thanks to Elisha and Elle.
No, it's to everybody. It's not just us. Everybody brings the energy into it.
I'm sure this was a mistake, but I just noticed it and I'm highly amused. It's thanks to the Elisha and Elle.
Yeah, we've got bad sense of humor.
There's a sign in our coffee shop that says no pets allowed, no shirt, shoes, or shirt and shoes are required for service, but because the grammar isn't proper, it's no pets, shirt, or shoes required. And I'm highly amused by that.
She has been for about a week now.
2 days.
Oh.
I only found out yesterday.
She's been highly amused ever since, though.
Lori Dotson says, yes, our leaders, but when we are all here, it is us, epic. That way it is important to have positive, that is why it's important to have positive vibes. Thank you.
Noir 64 says, yeah, it's still me. I've changed my name because people were starting to have the same name as me, and I didn't want to seem like I was a troll on the page or anything like that.
Okay. I like the name Noir 64.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've always liked Latin style names.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the old Nintendo 64.
Well,
gaming mouse.
noir
It's
is
black and
black,
French.
but it's noir films,
Yeah,
noir,
yeah.
you know.
No, I know. It's just when I first read it, I was like, "Oh, Nintendo 64." You can tell I'm a nerd.
Yes, she is.
Jennifer Schwebb says, "Yes, I love the necklace. My daughter Haley thinks it's so beautiful. She loves it as well. She loves the way you shape the wire to look like a rose. So perfect. Thank you."
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Krista Charlton says hello from the UK. I just joined.
Hi,
Welcome.
Krista, pardon me.
Tay says, I have played on an actual drum set before for fun. I've never played bongos though. I have no idea why they would suggest that, but I do have an interest in music, so maybe that's why.
I think it's the music, but they did show me the bongos, and bongos are drumming circles are build a tremendous amount of energy. Just spirals. But it might be something your mother might enjoy. Actually, maybe that's why. But music, they've told me before for you sound. I definitely remember sound. So base chakra, power chakra. Yeah, I think so. And I could do that longer, but I won't because it'll irritate people. But music, I have all the singing bowls, small bowls like that for all the chakras. Yeah, the only one that doesn't work really well is the heart chakra, and it has a really off sound. So
there's 5 questions left.
Okay, we have to be at the doctor,
the pharmacy before
pharmacy
6.
before 6,
So
before 5:30. So
yeah,
15.
We have time for one more.
We have a couple more maybe.
Okay. Miriam Magdaleno says hello and asks, "Will I find another job soon?"
I get a yes for that. That's a nice positive one because job finding, I find people ask if they're going to get a job, and that one's usually they usually takes a while. But I just got a yes, a simple yes for that. And I think put out your resume now if you haven't already done it. Something's going to come along and it feels close. Okay.
Joy, Peace, and Love says, "Thank you again. I love the work you do. You two are amazing."
Thank you.
Smith Lind Management asks, "Hello, hope you all is well. What messages do spirit guides / angels have for me?"
They seem to be a tad worried that you're a tiny bit depressed, and it might be seasonal. Might simply be that you need more sunlight, and which you can fix by buying, well, here in my town, $15 a light bulb. But it might simply be the season is upon us, and this is the season for a lot of memories to come back, not necessarily positive ones. And but your guides want you to take time to de-stress as much as you possibly can. Don't get caught up in any emotional
crap
if you can help it. Yeah. And just if you're into buying gifts, set a limit to how much you're going to spend, and basically go to thrift stores or things like that, see what you can find. Don't stretch your don't stretch yourself so thin that you cannot afford to buy peas and canned peas at the end of your pay period. They're actually saying, and I'm sure this is a common comment for many people. What were they actually saying? I lost it. That that you yourself are the bigger, more important than any gift for any reason. So if you can, make some things. Make things that are from the heart more than anything. And if you think about the gift, it's more important than just putting money towards it. And I know when my kids were little, the presents came in were more fun than the presents. And I used to get boxes, cut them out so they had little doorways and stuff. And the kids played with that for 2 or 3 days until the boxes were flat. Go get boxes with you have to, and just decorate them and make them they had so much fun with those boxes. It's the thought, it's not the it's not the gift, because how many of you remember gifts? How many of you remember gifts, right? From last year? Not, you just don't remember gifts, but if you have fun, they'll remember the fun. And I actually would highly recommend getting boxes, big boxes, and let the kid, if you have kids, let the kids play with the boxes. And it might be one insane gift, but I bet you it would be one that everybody would remember. And they might start out going, ooh, and end up going, wow. So just think outside the box. Don't allow yourself to feel the energy pressing you down for Christmas. And quite frankly, I'm pretty darn certain my kids would have preferred the boxes over the gifts.
Well, it was the ability to play together with
and use your imagination.
Yeah, but it was nice. A nice.
So another thing is to write out a gift certificate. You get 3 hugs on Monday the 19th,
Or
on
bad days, claim this for
free hugs
/ cuddles.
or buy a box of cards and for a mother and say, hey, we can play cards together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cards are a couple dollars, right? But it's the time spent.
It's the memories
Mm-hmm.
that you make.
And I'm not saying that that's what it is. It just, depression this time of year is very, very, very common.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it has to do with SAD, which is needing
seasonal depression or something.
Seasonal something or other depression, and some of it is just the season sucks for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling my daughter the other day, we should go get Hungry Men turkey dinners for Christmas Day because I don't want to bother.
Also, my aunt is very paranoid about getting sick, so every time one of us is sick, we get invited to her Christmas dinner, but every time she says, no, don't come if you're sick.
And last Christmas I was sick, so we had McDonald's.
Yeah.
It was a good Christmas. We enjoyed it. I slept all day and
and we had junk food at night.
Yeah, definitely junk food.
We were all sick. My mom and I were sick the next day still because McDonald's is no bueno.
Yeah, but we enjoyed ourselves, and I don't think that memory is going to go away.
No, and it's a memory that lasts.
Because it's a fun memory.
I remember more memories about putting up our Christmas trees as a child than I do about the gifts that were given. I mean, I might have gotten a couple of Barbies from my aunts and my
Not
uncles.
likely, because I didn't buy Barbies.
No, but from my aunts and my uncles, they would have bought me Barbies, and then my middle sister Jen
Would cut their hair
would make them go bald.
within a day.
I remember those memories more than actually ever really playing with the toys themselves. Though there was this one Christmas where I got an acoustic guitar for Christmas, but I just watched one of the Antonio Banderas movies where he was a hitman in a mariachi band. And I pretended that I too was a hitman in a mariachi band. I destroyed that guitar by because in his guitar case he could shake it and it would turn into a Tommy gun or like a machine gun and shoot everything. So I broke the guitar by pretending that my guitar case could do the same thing, and like I don't know, by the end of Boxing Day it was cracked and destroyed. My mom ended up gluing it with a glue gun back together. It was never the same, but that is a memory of a Christmas present I remember clearly to this day. And this was like
Years ago.
25 years ago.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was like the first Christmas we spent down in Mexico.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Anyhow,
We had a little bit more money down in Mexico.
Yeah, make memories.
Yeah.
More
Anyhow,
than anything.
we
should probably go. Sorry, I took up the rest of the time with my storytelling.
Okay. How many more?
It's a couple of them new ones came up, so
We're going to be back on Monday.
Friday.
The other Friday, the other Monday.
The Monday that's at the end of the week.
And we will be doing this again. We'll do two on Friday and
2 on Saturday.
2 on Saturday. We may possibly do 3 on Friday, depending. But so I apologize, but I am running out of steam.
And I took up the last bit of my storytelling about memories.
And we do have to get to the pharmacy before it closes.
Yeah. And we still need to make supper before Jen has to go to work.
Which is soon.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. And we will be back.
We shall return.
We shall be back.
And thank you so much for being here with us and listening to our stories. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, guys.
And
stream.
Each place has a different place to do it,